Hi, it's Robin here. Welcome back to Toadstool Tarot. I saw a VR this morning by the wonderful Musings by Masha to Pappa Squirrel's video, which was basically called something like, If All My Decks Disappeared, What Would I Rebuy? And I got to thinking about this, and this is going to be a really short video because I wondered about the circumstances of if all my decks disappeared. So I'm thinking, oh, maybe my building burned down, or maybe there was a natural disaster. Maybe I had to run out of the house and could only grab essentials and didn't have time to grab my favorite decks. There are a lot of decks I like. A lot of them are out of print, but two immediately came to mind. And these are because I think I would need right away to have these two decks. And they are both accessible and affordable and don't take up much space. So maybe I'm homeless. Maybe I only have a backpack and a bedroll on my back, and there's not much room in the pockets for decks. So I came down to two decks. The first one was an RWS deck, and I have so many different ones, and this might not be my favorite RWS deck, but it's the cheapest and most accessible. It's the Smith-Waite Centennial Tarot in a tin. I love tarots in a tin. I love this size. I love the feel of the deck. I love the look of the deck. It's affordable. It's under 20 bucks. I think it's around 17 on Amazon. You can find it in almost probably every metaphysical shop, and you can get it overnight from Amazon. So it's the most accessible, the most affordable, and the one I'm the most comfortable with the vocabulary. When I think about tarot, there are a lot of different decks with a lot of different art and imagery. They don't always read immediately for me because I'm less familiar with the visual vocabulary, and it takes me more contemplation time on some of them to work things out. This one is in comfort zone. I'm always drawn to the RWS imagery regardless of which version of the deck I have. And this is not, I recently did, I think, top 10 RWS favorites, and this was not near the top of my list, but it's really an old reliable, and like I said, it's small, it's well protected, and affordable. I could get it again right away, and I would. So, as opposed to not having any decks at all, the first one I'd grab, the first one I'd buy or order, the one I could get hold of quickest would be this one. Secondly on my list is the Open Face Tarot. This is my own deck, and it really means a lot to me. It's a 22+1 majors only deck. Because I designed it, the images I have a soul connection with. Maybe I'm the only one that it appeals to, but that's okay. I created it just for me, and if anybody there finds it interesting or of use, more power to you, but I'm okay if I'm the only one that has it or likes it. The images, I have several versions of this at makeplayingcards.com. This one's my favorite one. It's the smallest one without any labels on it. And if you know your majors, it's really easy to see which cards each of these responds to. It's also under $8, so it's really affordable. And again, because of the size, wouldn't take up much space in the pocket or pouch of a backpack. I would recommend, if ordering this, that you also go the extra route, because it only comes shrink wrapped, to buy one of these little hinged plastic boxes. They're great. I think they only cost maybe $2 to $3, something like that. And it's the perfect size to hold the deck. So that'll protect the cards, waterproof them, you know. I also have this actually in a plastic version if you really want waterproof, but I kind of like the card ones better than the plastic ones. So those are the ones that came to mind when this VR came up. And, you know, there are a lot of other decks in my collection, but these are the two that I reach for and use the most often. And others I have are out of print, they're rare, they're scarce, they're hard to find, they're indie, they take longer to order and get to me. So, you know, these are the two I'd pick. And the others I might pick up some others over time, but these are the two I would have to have right away, even if I didn't have a home, even if my home was carried on my back. These are the two I would want, I would need, and I would rebuy. I'm curious about which ones you would rebuy. Which ones would you find essential enough, affordable enough, accessible enough to get hold of again right away and lay out your money, maybe when you have very little money to lay out. See you soon. Bye.